Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, taking on a team from the AAC, the Charlotte 49ers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Line gets set. First down. Brown will throw it. Zings it complete to the right. Turns it on at midfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The inside handoff. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
Not at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. Touchdown 49ers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Right back to the well. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Huff. Throws to the wideout. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team will get to it, and they'll down it just inside the 30. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive, David, wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, an array of possibilities here. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down coming. They'll try to get it through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mack. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
Drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. Release to the back. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They want to just keep throwing it. Pulls it in. It's Mack.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The 49ers will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this 1st punt to pin him deep. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch called for and made. State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. To throw, it's Huff. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He tries to take the top off. And the pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Really nice job there at the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Niners.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is. Gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on 0. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Got his man in the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Huff. Pocket starts to collapse. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second.
Charlotte, 14. Jacksonville State, 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it with the up man. They tried to catch him napping on that fake, but turns out they were wide awake.
Man, and you want to catch the defense sleeping, but what a great job by the defense. Staying alert, staying aware. They run the fake punt. They're ready for it. They make the tackle, and they stop him short.
Using his legs, it's Norton. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Plows through the defense. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Looking to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
Well, and I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Brown will throw it. Finds his target down the middle. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They go right back to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Makes the catch. It's Brown. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. Try to march their way in. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got to play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
It is perfect, and that lead grows even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this 1st half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows, and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to pass, it's Huff. Gonna take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. This time they'll go to the running game. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And the 49ers with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. A little screen to the running back. Open space at the 25. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out and in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown wants to pass. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You can tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on 0. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Floating away. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. What a snag by the defense. No good place for a turnover, but this one is particularly bad, and they've got it at the 20-yard line.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The 49ers want to pick up the tempo. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. They need a conversion on 3rd and 3 to make the most of that great starting field position. Brown will throw it. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Charlotte.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going for it all. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. And the 49ers will boot it away to start the second half. And he's going to run it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They'll give it to him again. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
To the ground with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Charlotte! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on O. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Ready to fire from the pistol. Back to pass, it's Huff. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And that's where they'll spot it, just inside the 45. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. From the gun, the ground game. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The give to the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Brown wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Fighting off the defender. The 49ers are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Going up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Mack. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
They'll run it from the gun. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And that was a nice second down run. It's setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And perhaps there's some confusion. The field goal unit is out there. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Trying to pick up 7 here on 2nd down from the 20. Back to throw, it's Huff. Fires left. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect their quarterback a little bit better.
Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Charlotte 34, Jacksonville State 0.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the 49ers come to the line with a new set of downs.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short.
Let's go.
From the gun, the running back has it. The 49ers have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
That's another Charlotte.
And the 49ers are marching down the field.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
Trying to find his man on first down. Gets it out fast.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up second and short?
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. From the shotgun, the inside give. Oh, it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Looking for a man. It's Huff. The throw. Got him, and nobody's close. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. The Gamecocks get the first down.
4th and inches, just trusting your offensive line. They're able to get just enough movement at the point of attack to keep this drive going.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
Let's go.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Vaughn. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And just when you thought they were finished, and they've looked finished the whole game, finally a play to give some hope.
And so they got to make this count, and they got to put some points on the board and pay this one off. It's been tough sledding for this offense.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Gamecock. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Charlotte, 34. Jacksonville State, 7.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown will throw it. Using his feet to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Comes out throwing on first down. On target.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses. It's helped set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for second down. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
A handoff, keep working on that clock. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent. Forget this day ever happened.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to throw, it's Huff. Pulls it in. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the right. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find...
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
You got to keep chasing and keep defending. When you got scrambling QBs that get outside the pocket, you got to keep defending down the field, keep coverage on the wide receivers, and good job with pursuit drill, running them down, making them run out of bounds, and that counts in the record books for a sack. Give me one of those, please.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's right on target. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
1st down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Huff. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Power football with the run. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. This is what an elite